There's something most people get wrong about attraction. They think it's about looks. They think it's about money. They think it's about saying the perfect line. But attraction, real attraction, is about how you make someone feel in your presence. And here's the truth. Words, when used with intention, carry energy. They reveal confidence, clarity, direction. Today, I'll give you 4 powerful phrases. Not tricks, not manipulation, but expressions of a man who understands himself. Because when you understand yourself, you don't chase attention, you command it. 1. I enjoy talking to you. Simple, honest, rare. Most people hide their interest behind games, but confidence doesn't hide, it expresses. When you say, I enjoy talking to you, you're not seeking approval, you're offering appreciation. And appreciation, when it's genuine, creates warmth. It makes her feel seen, not evaluated. Remember, people are drawn to those who are comfortable with their own truth. 2. Tell me more about that. Now listen carefully. Attraction isn't built by impressing. It's built by understanding. When you say, tell me more about that, you're doing something powerful. You're giving her space to exist fully. Most conversations are shallow because people wait for their turn to speak. But the man who listens with curiosity, he becomes unforgettable. Why? Because everyone wants to feel heard. But very few people know how to truly listen. 3. I like the way you think. This one goes deeper. Compliments about looks are common, predictable, forgettable. But when you say, I like the way you think, you're recognizing something more valuable, her mind. And when a woman feels admired for how she thinks, she feels respected, elevated. Understand this. Attraction grows where respect is present, and respect begins when you notice what others ignore. 4. I'd like to see you again. No games, no confusion, no mixed signals. Clarity is power. When you say, I'd like to see you again, you're showing direction, and direction is attractive because it signals leadership. You're not asking, do you like me? You're stating, this is what I want. That energy, that certainty, it creates a sense of safety and excitement at the same time. Final thought. Here's what you must remember. These phrases are not magic words. They are reflections of a mindset that says, I know my value, I respect yours, and I'm not afraid to express either. Attraction doesn't come from saying more. It comes from saying the right things with the right intention. So speak less, mean more, and carry yourself like someone who doesn't need approval, only connection. Because in the end, it's not about making her like you. It's about becoming the kind of man she naturally feels drawn to. Words are never just words. They are signals of who you are, how you think, and what you value. Most people speak casually, without awareness, and then wonder why they fail to create meaningful attraction. But the truth is, intentional communication separates those who are overlooked from those who are remembered. When you speak with purpose, every sentence carries weight. It's not about memorizing clever lines. It's about aligning your words with your identity. When your communication reflects clarity and self-assurance, it naturally draws people in. Intentional communication begins with understanding that attraction is emotional before it is logical. People respond not just to what you say, but to how you say it and the energy behind it. A simple phrase, when delivered with calm confidence, can create far more impact than a long, rehearsed speech. This is because intention creates authenticity, and authenticity builds trust. When a woman senses that your words are genuine and not driven by hidden agendas, she becomes more open, more engaged, and more interested. There is also discipline involved in choosing your words. Most individuals either overtalk in an attempt to impress or stay silent out of fear. Both approaches weaken attraction. Intentional communication teaches balance. You say enough to express yourself, but not so much that you lose mystery or value. You listen as much as you speak, and when you do speak, your words add something meaningful to the interaction. Over time, this habit transforms not just your conversations, but your entire presence. Equally important is the role of tone and timing. The same phrase can feel powerful or empty depending on how and when it is delivered. A calm, steady tone communicates control and confidence, while rushed or uncertain speech reveals doubt. Timing shows awareness, knowing when to express interest, when to pause, and when to let silence do the work. These subtle elements elevate your communication from ordinary to compelling. At its core, intentional communication is not about influencing others. It is about expressing your true self in a way that invites connection. When you master this, attraction stops being something you chase and becomes something you naturally create. True attraction is not built on tricks or manipulation. It is built on genuine connection rooted in confidence, clarity, and respect. Many people confuse attraction with performance, believing they must impress, entertain, or prove their worth. But real connection comes from being grounded in who you are and allowing that authenticity to guide your interactions. Confidence is not loud or forceful. It is quiet, steady, and self-assured. It shows in how you carry yourself, how you speak, and how you respond. Clarity plays a crucial role in this process. When your intentions are unclear, it creates confusion, and confusion weakens attraction. People are naturally drawn to those who know what they want and are not afraid to express it. Clarity eliminates mixed signals and replaces them with direction. This does not mean being aggressive or demanding. It means being honest and straightforward. When you communicate clearly, you create an environment where trust can grow. Respect is the foundation that holds everything together. Without respect, attraction becomes shallow and temporary. When you genuinely respect a woman, not just for her appearance, but for her thoughts, experiences, and individuality, you create a deeper level of connection. Respect shows in how you listen, how you respond, and how you value her perspective. It shifts the interaction from surface level to meaningful. Another important aspect is emotional awareness. Understanding your own emotions and being sensitive to hers allows you to navigate conversations with maturity. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond thoughtfully. This creates stability, and stability is attractive because it provides a sense of security. When a woman feels safe and understood in your presence, attraction grows naturally. Ultimately, genuine connection is about alignment. Your words, actions, and intentions all point in the same direction. There are no contradictions, no hidden motives. What she sees is what she gets. And in a world where many interactions feel uncertain or insincere, this kind of authenticity stands out. It doesn't just attract attention, it earns trust, builds connection, and creates lasting impact. In the end, everything comes down to alignment between your words, your intentions, and your character. Attraction is not created through pressure or performance, but through presence and purpose. When you communicate with intention, you stop speaking to impress and start speaking to connect. And when your confidence is rooted in clarity and respect, your interactions naturally carry depth and meaning. What truly sets you apart is not how much you say, but how truthfully and thoughtfully you express it. People are drawn to those who are clear, grounded, and genuine, because that kind of energy is rare. When you listen with curiosity, speak with honesty, and act with respect, you create an environment where connection can grow without force. So the goal is not to become someone else to gain attention, but to refine how you present who you already are. When your communication reflects authenticity and your presence reflects self-assurance, attraction becomes a byproduct, not a pursuit. And that is where real influence begins, not in trying to win someone over, but in being someone worth knowing.